guys, this is Sandy White, your host of Simply-FITT Radio, and I'm super duper excited. I got Janna Brown here tonight, and she's going to give y'all some really good information. I just want to do real quick to remind you guys, if you're new to the channel, our mission is to save 1 million lives by encouraging individuals to live a simply fit life, and we do that via health and nutrition, and we just give simple tips and strategies. And this is our second season with WYTV7, and I'm so excited that they've allowed us to come back because their mission is to educate, empower, and to encourage, which lines up with our mission. So this is a wonderful cooperation and merge so we can help get this word out to the world, because we can't do reach out and save 1 million lives without your help and your support. Please log on to WYTV7.org, click the donate button, and help us just get the word out to the world and to the nations. And also check the button for the other broadcasters. They have wonderful information as well. Guys, this season, we're going to be showing you guys how to shop. We're going to be showing you exercise that really, because I like doing things that are simple. I like doing the HIT programs. They're nice, they're easy, they're quick, and you still get that same benefit. We want to make sure that you guys are getting super duper benefits. So make sure you continue to log in on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. We're Eastern Standard Time. So just check your time zone, but we want to make sure we see you guys, okay? So I told you guys that we have a wonderful guest on, and she is, I'm telling you guys, she is a powerhouse, and you're going to be so excited about meeting Janna. Janna is, she's just a beautiful soul. She's a serious fighter, guys. I'm telling you, she's going to knock your socks off. So when I tell you to follow her, follow her. Janna has turned her ashes into beauty. Guys, she's gone through hurt, pain, disappointment, and she didn't sit and trip and boo-hoo and all of that. Guys, Janna is a widow. She's a single mom. She overcame alcoholism, and she did all of this through health and nutrition, and of course with the help of the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. But I want you all to listen to what she has to say. She took that and turned it into a 7-figure business opportunity in health and wellness. So I don't want to hear any excuses. So without further ado, let's bring Janna on so she can rock y'all socks off tonight. All right, Janna, how are you tonight?
Oh, fantastic. Thanks for having me. I'm super honored to be able to share my stories. I truly believe that when we go through something, it is definitely an opportunity to funnel what we learn and what we go through to other people. I believe that we're not bowls. You know, a bowl is something that holds, that doesn't release, right? I really believe that each of us are funnels, and it's always about the next person. It starts with us, but it's always about the next person, you know? So I just love what you guys are doing with impacting others through nutrition. You know, it's a cliche, but health truly is wealth. You know,
yes,
how you feel and what you think about and all of that determines your actions. If you feel tired, sluggish, achy, you're not going to perform because you don't feel like it, right? So health truly is wealth, and what we go through is truly an opportunity to impact someone else. So super excited to be here.
Yes, and just piggybacking off of what you just said, what people don't do is they don't pay attention to these small, tiny details that's going on in their body, and that leads to like mild depression, which can lead to suicide and depression. And so this is why we are just impacting the nation with health and nutrition, because when you start learning how to read your body and detect those small, tiny things, you can now derail what Satan meant for your harm. And now, as you mentioned, when you learn, you can go and show and teach someone else. So with that being said, what are some quick strategies based off of what you've experienced, because you're hitting a whole gamut of moms that have gone through what you've gone through, that I will never be able to reach your impact, but you are doing such an outstanding job. I'm so glad and godly proud of you, and I'm grateful to be able to be in your space. Can you just give these moms some 3 little quick tips, because I got a whole bunch of other questions I want to ask you.
Sure. So, and tips on specifically what kind of tips? Tell me again.
So some tips, like, you know, you've gone through being a widow, you've gone through being a single mom. I mean, you still have children, but there were steps that you had to do when you encountered these challenging challenges. You went through what you went through, but you had some steps that you are now training your audience and your clients.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So the first thing is you have to allow yourself some grace and give yourself some time to feel, you know, and process. Okay. So there's a period of time that you have to allow yourself to do that, versus suppress and ignore and try to put aside. Or perhaps you feel there could even be a sense of pride to where you're just like, nope, I'm not going to cry. Nope, I'm not going to feel, I'm not going to do this. But you have to allow yourself to go through that. Okay. So you can get through and not feel guilty or beat yourself up about it. So the first and foremost, is definitely give yourself some grace in your journey. And then the second one is, really finding your channel of what it is you like and what fires you up, so that you can have that time to not think about your circumstances. And, you know, everybody has some me time, and I think needs some me time. And I think the issue, especially with single mothers, is there's that guilt factor. You know, I've talked to so many women and they legit feel guilty about going to the gym. And it's understanding that you going to the gym and taking that time is giving a gift to your kids, right? It's you bettering yourself so that you can be the best version of yourself for your children. And you have to find whatever that outlet may be. For me, it's weightlifting. I could lift all day long. For some, it's running. My mom's big on the Peloton bike. All right. My sister loves the HIIT classes like you know. So it just depends, whatever you like, whether it's dance, it could even be biking, hiking, it doesn't matter, but find what your physical therapy, if you will, is, and be okay in that space. And, you know, if you have children that are perhaps, you know, in that place where they don't understand quite, you know, why you have to go lift or why you have to go, bring them into it. You know, mommy's going to get help so she can be better for you. You know, and so they can see it as a benefit. Okay. The third thing is really trying to, like you said, pay attention to your different signals and in the way your body is responding to different things. Because what some people do is if they feel a certain way, they stay there and they let that paralyze them. But recognizing that that's an opportunity to now be proactive versus reactive. It's like, okay, well, you have to react to how you feel, but then what are you going to do moving forward to be proactive to where you don't slip back into that place? Okay. So grace, finding your outlet, and then being sensitive to your body and the way it's talking to you, and taking the appropriate measures and not letting it handicap you. And then understanding that it's not just about, okay, let me fix this now, but what about 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, being proactive and understanding that this is life. You know, it's not going to stop. It's not slowing down. I mean, we are like fast approaching 2021. It's like mind blown. You know, what you do now and what you do tomorrow, and choice after choice after choice is going to determine what your life looks like physically and mentally in the next 10, 20 years. And understanding that this is a quote by Andy Andrews, one of my favorite authors. He said, we're either in a crisis, headed for a crisis, or coming out of a crisis. You know, and so if we can take care of ourselves mentally, spiritually, and physically, whenever we do come into something, we'll be better equipped to handle it, because it's going to happen. It's life, you know, it's going to happen.
So let me, I want to just go back just a little bit, because I do talk a lot, and this is just to highlight you. So I'm trying to make sure I don't like, but I want you to let the audience know, when did you realize lifting was something that you can take and turn into a business and be as successful as you are today?
Oh, thank you. It was such a God thing. I was in a spin class. My mom got me a gym membership to get me out of the house, and I was in a cycle class, and I had been praying about what to do with my life. You know, when my husband passed away, I had no job, no college education. Like, I literally moved right out of my dad's house into marriage with him. We started a family. So I had like nothing to fall back on. And it was in this spin class when the Lord spoke to me and said, this is what this is what you need to do. You need to teach people how to do what you're doing. And I had lost 60 pounds collectively after I had both my kids. And so I knew how to do that. And so I was funny because I said, Lord, can you confirm that? It's funny how we pray and ask God, when he answers, we still don't believe. So I asked him to confirm it, you know, and then as soon as the class was over, I'm not kidding you, the instructor walked over to me and she said, have you ever thought about training and teaching? And I was like, oh, okay, I got it. And so she just said, there's something special about you. I think you'd be good at this. And that was it, you know. So it wasn't something that I came to realize. It was just something that he told me to do, and I already loved it. So along with the cycle class, I had been working with a trainer who got me into lifting. I was doing bands before, but he put the dumbbells in my hand. I went and saw several of his bodybuilding shows and decided to get on stage myself. And so I just kind of engulfed myself into that world and just loved it. And I loved seeing other people go from barely being able to do anything and then to achieving, you know, great things fitness wise. So that was in 2010 was when that happened. So
okay. Now one of the other things that you mentioned, well, I'm kind of putting my own little spin on it. Right. When your mom got you the membership to the gym, she was doing Peloton. Did you get your children involved, or was she doing Peloton at the gym that she got you the membership in, or like it was like totally different directions?
Yeah, well, it was like, funny because she just knew I needed to get out of the house, and so that's what she did. Now she, you know, Peloton back then wasn't around, spinning was, and she loved it, but you know, now that Peloton's around, she's addicted to that. But my kids, you know, growing up for them and me being a trainer at a local gym, they would come, I would get them off the school bus, and then they would come and be in the daycare or whatever while I trained. So they were just always around it. You know, me trying to lose all my weight after I had my kids, my daughter, she would see me doing my Billy Blanks in the living room. And so it's funny though, because she wants nothing to do with fitness now, but but my son, you know, he loves to work out and he's doing basketball and things like that. But yeah, I mean, I just think it just kind of, it happens by default. Your kids are going to become or be influenced by whatever you do. And so naturally it did rub off. Not the diet part rubbed off on my daughter, but not so much the exercise piece. But my son he's all in it. He's all in it.
So let me ask you this, with all of what you've accomplished thus far, you created Rise Virtual Gym, is that correct? That's right. Something that you offer to your clients. Can you tell them what that's about?
Oh, Rise Virtual Gym is basically a no excuses gym on Facebook. It's a Facebook community, and just being a trainer over the years, I would hear and posting my stuff on social media, I would hear things like, you know, I wish you lived closer to me so I could work out with you. I would hear, you know, being a personal trainer, I mean, having a personal trainer is a luxury. It's not cheap. And I would hear, oh, I can't afford that. You know, so I basically wanted to create a space where there would be no excuses. So the Rise Virtual Gym is free. It's a free fitness community. It's got over 50 of my workouts, full length workout videos. So, and I would also hear, I don't have time. And I would, you know, so I just tried to create a place where all of your excuses were invalid. So 30-minute home workouts, no equipment necessary, all fitness levels, like eliminate that excuse. And then I would hear, I don't know what to eat. So I put general nutrition in there. I'm not a dietitian or anything like that. But so I just put general nutrition in there to just really give people a place to where they don't have an excuse. You know, they can go in there and they can throw on one of my videos and work out with me for 30 minutes. I'll do live videos every now and then. I have written workouts that people can take to the gym. So I mean, it's like, you don't have any excuses with me because I just got tired of hearing them. So.
And that's exactly what that is a really good program to have. And you guys, she said it's free, so you have no excuses. I got some more questions for Janna, but we're going to take a quick break and then we're going to be back with a challenge that she has going on. And hopefully it's still open where y'all can get in. All right, so we'll be back in about a couple seconds right after this quick commercial break.
Mr. Happy Living here. I love good things made by good people. That's why I love Zona Plus, the world's first software-controlled handheld device that improves cardiovascular health. You're going to love it too. I use mine almost every day to keep my blood pressure right where it should be. What surprised me though is this little device has been adding muscle to my biceps too. I walk around all day feeling pumped. Check them out at Zona.com. Use coupon code HAPPY for $50 off. Plus, for every order placed during the month of October, I'll donate another $50 to WYTV7.
Guys, we want to thank this month's sponsor, Zena Plus and Happy Living. We're so grateful for our sponsors. And I just want to let y'all know we didn't forget you. So I want to talk to Janna about this challenge that she has. It's called the 5-day plate challenge. So this one here, I'm telling you all, she's not going to give you no excuses, but she's such a wonderful soul. She is going to work with you. And Janna, if you could take it away to tell them about this 5-day plate challenge, because I think you started it today, and if they can still get in, great. If not, will you let them know when they can get in and what it's about?
Absolutely, yes. And you can start anytime. There's still plenty of time. But it's basically Rise Virtual Gym. It's not just the Janna Brown Show. I really like my members to be active. And so I just basically threw a post up last week asking them like what kind of challenges that they would like to see in the gym. And Rachel suggested a pretty plate challenge. And I thought, oh my God, I love this because we've seen the squats and we've seen the abs and those are great. And we will be doing those. But I thought, nutrition is truly where people struggle the most. So let's do a 5-day pretty plate challenge. And basically you just post a picture of your pretty plate in the comments, and you just need to have 3 different colors on your plate. And it can be a combination of fruits and vegetables, but 3 different colors along with your, protein source or whatever else you're eating. And you get a point for every plate. So if you do 1 plate a day, then that's 1 point. 2 a day, obviously that's 2. And I'll do little prizes and samples, some supplements or whatever at the end of the challenge to, various people. But that's it. And I needed it. To be honest, I like to pick challenges that I need too. And I'm like, oh, I need the nutrition one myself. So let's all do it together.
Cool. So this is a group, not a one-on-one. Do you do one-on-one training with individuals, or it's all group so you can encourage one another?
Yeah, so I've done one-on-one personal training and group personal training in the past. However, I've gone completely online. So I have virtual programs where I am very hands-on. It's not just buy a 4-week shred or a 10-week hybrid program and that's it. I'm very, very hands-on with my clients, but I'm glad you mentioned that because I was also very limited to only in person. Again, going back to, I wish you lived closer. I wish I could, So I created virtual programs for people who, live anywhere, and they're all, it's all stuff designed by myself and workout designed by me and demonstration videos and very, very hands-on with those programs. But the group itself is free. People, what I understand is, you know, people, they've got to have value and they need to just get their feet wet. And then if they're ready for something like more customized and more next level, then that's where my fitness programs come in.
I do want to piggyback back because you just mentioned something that I did see, the Shred program. Is that more intense? Because I'm looking for something more intense, but I want, and this is the thing, people think when they're in the health and wellness space, not everybody, but some folks really forget that the trainer needs a trainer, because you don't know what you don't know until you get someone else to assist you. And so I'm looking for somebody to really kick my butt. And I saw the Shred program, and then how is that supposed to work? Is that's virtual, or is that one-on-one?
No, so I don't train in person anymore. So it's virtual, and it's so much fun. I did it. I launched it, I think 3 years ago, and had like 14 or so, you know, women do it. And I have a prize. The prize is a photo shoot with my photographer here local. A lot of my people are in Houston, Webster, Texas area. And if anyone won the program or won the challenge, then it would be a cash out option. But it's intense because it's only 4 weeks. It's only 4 weeks. And so a lot of women do it. They need a jump start. They're looking for next level. They've hit a plateau, whatever the case may be. Or I love to launch the 4-week shred around this time of year, because this is when people gain the most weight with Thanksgiving and, Halloween and Christmas and things like that. But basically it's a 4-week nutrition and exercise program. It is very strict, and I tell people up front it's very strict. So I'll put it out there, and then we gather on a coaching call, usually 3 or 4 days before the actual kickoff date, and I just go through the whole program with everybody and answer questions and things like that. But they can choose when they work out. They can choose what workout they want to do. It's got 18 workouts in the program, and they can just click on the one they want to do. It's written, and then it has a demonstration video that coincides with that particular workout. But it is intense, and people ask, how much am I going to, what's the average? Everybody's different. I mean, I've had people lose 15 pounds and 12 inches. I've had people lose 5 pounds and 8 inches. Like, it just depends on compliance and the human body. You know, we're all different, just like our thumbprints. So
yes. So let me ask you, what are things that inspire you, or who are the individuals that are your inspiration for those days where you're like, you know what, I really don't care for what's going on, and I know I'm slipping, I don't want to be there, but I'm just in that space? What keeps you on the health and wellness road? And then when you feel like you're slipping, what do you do to inspire yourself just to not go back to where you came from? Because that's a lot of hard work that you've put in and that you're maintaining. And some folks really, they just don't, when they make that decision to go on to the utilize health and wellness to get to a better space, they really don't put a plan of action in place that when they slip up, what do I do? And I think people totally forget that point.
Yeah, I love that question. Thank you. Going back to my first tip before is grace. Like, you can't beat yourself up. Like, you've got to be human. You have to allow yourself to be human. And some of it too, though, Sandra, is the knowledge that one day of indulgent is not going to ruin, your progress. Like, it's the day after day after day choices versus the one day. But for me, honestly, I have fallen in love with how I feel. I have fallen in love with the therapy that my training program brings me, and so I can't say that I have a lot of days where I'm just kind of off, but when I don't feel like going to the gym, or I do just kind of feel blah, as you would say, I just think, Janna, it's an hour, get it over with. Just get it over with. And furthermore, I recognize when I need a trainer myself. So I actually am working with a trainer right now because I was getting bored. I was getting bored and I was getting complacent and I was getting lazy and I was missing days and my workouts were not the best. And I was like, okay, now it's time for me to get a trainer to kind of kick things up a notch and get more consistent and hold me accountable. Like, I have to show up at 9:30 every day, you know? So it's just understanding yourself and recognizing when you need accountability and reaching out for it. And realizing too, that you're not always going to feel like 100% every day.
That is so true.
You're not. And the problem with people is that the scary thing is if you allow yourself, let me rephrase. If you base your actions of the day on how you felt, you would not get a lot done. Because I personally, I don't know about you, but I would have more days where I didn't feel like it than more days that I do. And so you just have to have that's where the discipline comes in. People say, I want your motivation. I'm like, no, you don't need motivation. You need discipline, because motivation comes and goes. But discipline is what's going to keep you on the days you don't feel like it. And understanding that the day's going to go by anyway, so just get it over with. That's what I tell myself. Just get it done. Just go.
This is so true. Guys, I have had a wonderful time, and I know you guys have had a wonderful time talking and listening, you know, with the questions in the chat and things like that. So with that being said, Janna, can you tell these guys, because you're in Texas and we have we've got like 1.4 million folks from all over. So it's a great thing that you don't do one-on-ones anymore. So can you tell these guys how they can reach out to you if they want more of a challenge, want to join the Pretty Plate challenge, and just, you know, what the other things that you have to offer for them?
Absolutely. You know, social media is such a beautiful thing. So on Instagram, it's Upgrade Everything 81. And then on Facebook, Janna E. Brown, or you can just search for Rise Virtual Gym and connect with me there. I love new friends. So the more, the merrier.
Cool beans. Guys, I'm your host, Sandy White of Simply-FITT Radio. Remember, we come on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check your time zones, but we want to see you guys every Wednesday because we've got powerhouses coming on week after week after week. And Janna just told you how to reach out to her, and she is going to work with you guys with wonderful programs. So if you want somebody that's not going to boo-hoo you and just kick you into gear, get online and sign up with Janna. All right, guys? So we love you guys, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye.